Hey guys, what is up? It is Alicia Cross here from Alicia Cross Training, and I am a yoga instructor, a wellness coach, a personal trainer, and I have over 18 years experience working with clients and students. Health and fitness is not my side hustle. I do this stuff 24/7. I eat, sleep, and breathe this, and my mission is to show you that you are not stuck. You can make change, and changes in your life starts with the foundation of good health. So I help you to improve your health and make changes that you want to make in your life. And I do that by merging the sciences of exercise and nutrition with the ancient philosophies and teachings of yoga and Ayurveda. So if you are here with me live, thank you for being here. Say hi, give me a wave so I know that you're here. And if you're watching the replay later, thank you. Thank you for watching. And whether you're watching live or the replay, you can post a comment or a question and I will answer you. So I go live here every Wednesday at 10 a.m. And thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. So I'm looking at myself. I look really tired. It's showing on my face. I did not get enough sleep last night. If you know me, I talk about this all the time. That's kind of my thing I'm working on, is getting to bed early, getting enough sleep, and I have been doing better lately. I have more early bedtimes than late bedtimes, but last night I missed that question, Marianne, if you can send that again. So last night I did stay up late because I had some things that I needed to do. And of course then when I stay up late working, I'm on the computer, and then it makes it hard to fall asleep at night. And now I'm feeling it today. So this will tie in beautifully to what we're talking about today, because we're talking about motivation. So I'll bring this full circle, and I'll talk about how feeling like this and having puffy eyes, how that motivates me to go to bed early and to do all the things that I need to do. But on another note, look how long my hair is getting. I was actually rocking the ponytail yesterday. So if you saw the Facebook Live that I did on the Meta Centers page, I was rocking a ponytail yesterday, so you can check that out. But anyway, let's get to why we're here. Motivation. So I decided to talk to you today about motivation because one of my clients had said to me this week that she's just not feeling motivated. We're actually doing a coaching call, I think tomorrow or Friday, but this will be a great little, this will be her homework. I'll ask her to watch this if she's not watching already. But this will preface the conversation that we're going to have in our coaching call. So I want to talk to you about motivation if you were feeling the same way, if you were just not feeling motivated. So let's talk about what motivation is. And it's super fun to start with definitions. So one definition of motivation is the general desire or willingness to do something. And a synonym for motivation is enthusiasm, drive, ambition, determination. It's a sense of get up and go. So this is what I think we all kind of think of as motivation. It's that feeling that we want to go do something. We're not even questioning it. We want to go to the gym. We want to eat healthy. We want to get up and go for a walk. We're not questioning. We just feel it. We feel that enthusiasm, that excitement to go do those things. But another definition of motivation is the reason for acting or behaving a certain way. So other synonyms for that are incentive, inspiration, impulse, incitement, provocation. So this is like a more underlying purpose. This is another definition of motivation. And we'll come back to why that's important. So you've probably heard of intrinsic motivation and extrinsic motivation. So intrinsic motivation, it comes from within. You're doing something just for the sake of doing it. You really enjoy it. There's nothing else behind it. That is intrinsic motivation. And extrinsic motivation is something outside of you. So maybe there's some accountability that's extrinsically motivating you to do something. There might be some negative consequences you're avoiding. It's an obligation. Somebody's expecting you to do it. Somebody's counting on you to do it. There's a reward if you do this. Those are all external. Getting paid for a job. That's an external motivator. Of course, it's awesome if you have work that you're intrinsically and extrinsically motivated to do. You really enjoy what you're doing, and you're making a living off of it. That's the best of both worlds right there. So there's a book called Drive, The Surprising Truth About What Motivates Us, and that's by Daniel Pink. and he talks about reward and punishment being the carrot and stick method. Carrot and stick. So motivation, this reward and punishment, so getting a reward and avoiding punishment, that's great for tedious tasks. So something that's not intrinsically motivating. Think of, any kind of chore or just some kind of job that you're not driven from within to do. You need an external motivator. You need to get paid, or you need to avoid that consequence if you don't do it. But if it's something that's not a tedious task, so you are, trying to get healthy or exercise or, professional growth or personal growth, the external motivator, that's going to backfire. And a really good example of this is there was a study that they did with some kids. Yeah, here it is. So they color. They're intrinsically motivated to color, to draw pictures. And they did this experiment where I believe they paid them or they bribed them to color. And when they paid them or bribed them to color, they noticed that they spent less time doing it and their output just wasn't as good. So if you are getting externally motivated to do something that really belongs in a place of being intrinsically motivated, it's going to actually take away from that. It's going to diminish that. And we see this all the time with, say, incentive programs for wellness. These will work in the short term, but they do not work long term. They do not get people on board. So think of incentive programs where maybe your insurance company reimburses you for your gym dues, or there's some kind of contest that you're in that you're gonna win something at the end of the contest if you lose the most weight. These things will have short-term benefits, but in the long run, you're not going to stick with it. It's, maybe you are the rare person where you get this jump start or you have this incentive and you can stay with it. But in general, overall, if we're externally rewarding somebody with prizes or money for something that really should come from within, like health, it's gonna backfire. So that's a really great book if you want to read more about that. It's called Drive. I'll put a link to it in the comments. Drive by Daniel Pink. Okay, so intrinsic versus extrinsic motivation. So what a lot of us are definitely looking for when we are working out or eating healthy is we want that intrinsic motivation. And you can get a little bit of extrinsic as far as accountability, especially if you need accountability. And if you don't know if you need accountability, you can definitely look into Gretchen Rubin's personality framework called the 4 Tendencies. And there's 4 personality types, and one of them is the obliger. And if you're an obliger, you really need that outer accountability. And a good way to kind of look at that is, are you always somebody who's showing up for somebody else? Your boss can count on you, your family can count on you, your kids, your friends, everybody can count on you. You're going to get that stuff done. But then when it comes to yourself and your own health, you let that fall by the wayside. So you need some accountability to keep you showing up for yourself, and that is where some external motivation can really come in handy. And the goal is not to say one is better than the other. The goal is to just know who you are and what you need, and then work with that. So for your health purposes, having some extrinsic motivation, some external accountability, if that's the thing you need to go with that. But we are still looking for kind of this internal, this feeling that gets us going, this excitement, this enthusiasm, this first definition of motivation. But what I really want to challenge you to think about is that you're not motivated and then you go work out. You're not motivated and then you go eat healthy. You eat healthy and you work out, and then you're motivated to keep those things going, and you're motivated to show up for your life, and you're motivated to clean your house or, be a better partner or be a better parent. Your motivation happens after the action happens. If you are, sitting on the couch, if you have been eating unhealthy, there is no way that you're going to feel the sense of enthusiasm to get up and go to the gym or to go for a walk or to drink water or to meal prep. This sitting on the couch and eating junk food or whatever your thing is, wherever you're at, it just perpetuates more of the same. So if we want to do the things that make us feel good, we've got to find that reason. And that's the other definition of motivation. It's the reason why you act or behave. It's the incentive. It's the inspiration. And this is where I'm going to bring it back full circle to myself and what I was talking about. You know, I stay up too late to get things done, and the next day I feel terrible. So my impulse, my reason for going to bed early, because in the moment I don't want to go to bed early. I want to stay up and get a few more things done. I want to fold the laundry. I want to do the dishes. I want to, you know, read something online, or I want to, you know, plan my next Facebook Live video. I just want to keep going. So the incentive for me to go to bed on time is because the next day I do not want to feel horrible. I don't want to feel tired. I don't want to feel so tired that I can't go work out. I don't want to feel so tired that I can't focus on, you know, my class or my client that's in front of me. So it's not this feeling like I'm excited to go to bed early. It's more this feeling that it's the reason that I don't want to feel bad the next day. And that's what gets me to go to bed early. I'm using that because that's what I'm working on right now. Another really great way that you can think about this that I've heard and it really resonates with me is you can think of your ideal self, but what I like even better is future self. So what would my future self want me to do right now? And this feels a little bit more tangible to me because my future self can be my tomorrow self or my next week self or my next month self. So sometimes it's hard for me to kind of to visualize or imagine this 10-year self. And I also really have the feeling like I don't ever want to go back and change things. So I feel like if my 10-year self is doing awesome, she's not going to come back and tell me to do anything differently because I'm in a good place. But I can think of my tomorrow self. My tomorrow self doesn't want me to steal her energy, so I need to go to bed early. You know, my next week and my next month self want to be in a great mood and feeling really awesome. And I've talked about this before. The things that make me feel good are working out, doing yoga, eating healthy. So I've got to have the energy to do all those things. So I've got to go to bed early so I can do those things. So that is what my motivation is. And my motivation doesn't mean like in the moment I want to go do it. It means that I know the future consequences and benefits of the choice that I'm making right now. And there's something else I wanted to say about that. Lost my train of thought. Okay, so, that's what I want to say. So if you are like in the moment, you really feel like I can't go work out. I feel horrible. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I'm burnt out. Then there's other things that you need to look at. There's other things that you need to put in place first. So if you're overworked and, underslept, you've got to put those pillars in place first. And you'll remember I talked to you a few months ago. That's where I was. That's the place where I was. I couldn't go to the gym. I couldn't pick up a weight. I was just exhausted in a way that I've never felt before, physically, emotionally, just spiritually. I was tapped out. So I had to wipe the slate clean and start over, and that was a ton of walking and yoga. I stopped doing stopped doing intense cardio for a month or more. Heavy weights just fell by the wayside. It wasn't something I could do. So I started over and just kind of rebuilt myself up, focusing on rest, getting massages, lots of yoga, lots of walking outside, and then was able to start bringing those things in because I was starting to feel better. So if you are at a point where you're fried, you're burnt out, you've pushed yourself too much, then no, I don't want you to push yourself to go and do this workout. Maybe the thing you need is to stop and to close the laptop and to go to bed early, to do something for yourself. And you've got to start there, and then you'll start to find just the physical energy to start to work out again. And then your motivation is you're not going to want to be down in that place again, and that's going to keep you on track of doing all the things of working out and eating healthy. So if you are not feeling driven, if you're not feeling that enthusiasm, if you're not feeling that excitement that you would call motivation, I want you to reframe that is your motivation for getting up and doing something, meaning it's your reason. You don't want to feel like this anymore. What is it that you want to feel like? What are the things that people who are motivated do? What do these people do? What do you look at this person and you are, for lack of a better word, envious of what they do? So when you're feeling that sense of of envy, that can lead you in a direction of what you want to do. So if you are saying, I wish I was more motivated, I wish I was more disciplined, well, what is it that you're seeing that you're comparing yourself to? And then how can you live into that? So maybe you want to, you feel really envious that somebody goes for a walk every day, or somebody's going to the gym 3 times a week, and you think that they have this thing that you don't have inside of them. Well, I want you to reframe that, and I want you to just start doing these things. You want to be motivated to go to yoga twice a week? Well, I want you to go to yoga twice a week, and then watch that motivation follow that action. So that is your motivation, is that you don't want to feel this way anymore. So you need to decide what it is that you want, how you want to feel, and what gets you to feeling that way. And this is why I am super big on eating breakfast. Yeah, there's different arguments out there. Breakfast doesn't really matter, how many meals you eat, time of day, blah, 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 blah. But eating breakfast, eating a healthy breakfast, this month's challenge that we're doing in my private Facebook group is eating a high protein breakfast, so 20-25 grams or more within 2 hours of waking up, because this is the first action of your day that's going to inspire you, motivate you to do more healthy actions through your day. If you get up and the first thing you do is you're on social media and eating donuts, I mean, how's that going to set up the rest of your day? But if you get up and you journal and you go for a walk and you eat that healthy breakfast, your day is going to turn out very different. The way you're going to feel physically, emotionally, energetically is going to be very different. So the morning, that's a great time to start with that first action. And eating breakfast can be that thing that pushes you forward to making all those other good and healthy decisions for the rest of your day. So let's circle back to Daniel Pink's book, Drive. So he has advice, he has 4 tips, fitness-based tips based on his theories of motivation. So remember, his theory of motivation is you need to find that intrinsic motivation. You need to remember why you're doing something. So you are driven to go to the gym because you love going to the gym, or your why is something bigger, that you don't want to feel like crap. You don't want to be on this medication. You want to be able to take care of your kids and be a good example and play with your grandkids. So remembering your why, that comes from within. So his 4 tips for fitness: set a goal that is relevant to you. So I talk about this all the time. You have to have a goal, and the goal needs to be relevant to you. This is part of setting up a SMART goal for yourself, and it needs to be something that matters to you. If you have an event that's coming up and that is meaningful to you, that can be a relevant goal. You can maybe you have a surgery coming up and the doctor says, you need to get your weight down to this weight before you can do this surgery that you need. That's a very relevant goal for you. But be careful with weight, because if you just have this idea in your mind that, 20 years ago I weighed this much, so I want to weigh that again. That may not be relevant for you right now. Just the changes in your life and your body. You want to find something that's relevant right now. Or you think you need to look a certain way or be a certain size. Those are not relevant to you. So you've got to peel back the layers. And again, maybe it is being healthy, setting a good example for your family, keeping up with your grandkids, not being in pain, being able to move through your day without being in pain. This could be a relevant goal for you. So this is important to make sure you're doing something that matters to you. Okay, the second tip from Dan Pink is find something you enjoy. So working out, it is work, it is hard, it does take effort, but that doesn't mean that you can't enjoy it. So what is the thing that you like? Do you like going for walks? Do you like going for hikes? Do you love spin class? Do you like being in a group? Do you like being alone? Do you like Zumba? Do you love yoga? What are those things that you like to do that you can enjoy doing them? And making sure that you're including all of those components of fitness in your routine. So if you think that you hate strength training, I challenge you to find something you enjoy. So maybe that's working in a group. That's one of the big reasons why I started the semi-private trainings. It's so fun to come together with a group of people and do some fun exercises, especially the TRX. Everybody's loving the TRX. So if you think you hate strength training and you haven't tried the TRX, I challenge you to try that. That's actually pretty fun and challenging. And this ties into the next tip. Find something you can master. Tip number 3. So if you are use the example of TRX. If you're new to TRX, it can feel kind of challenging, maybe awkward at first, but as you see yourself improving and getting more comfortable with whatever it is you're doing, that's going to keep you coming back. So finding a skill that you can master, or just improve at, maybe not even master, but get better. So I've told you the thing that I'm doing now is parkour and silks, and they are super humbling. I have that feeling of being new again. I've been lifting weights and doing yoga for so long that it's really hard to kind of have that feeling again. I kind of know what I'm doing in these areas, but then doing something like parkour where I don't have either the physical capability or just the mental capability to do these movements, that's been my challenge. Hi John, hi Dave, glad you're here. So yeah, that's been my challenge. It's something that I can improve at and get better at. When you progress and when you can see your improvement, that keeps you coming back. I posted a couple of videos of some stuff I've done in silks, and by all means, I know it is not impressive, but hey, when you get that one little thing, that's a pretty good feeling. All right, so the fourth tip is those external rewards can backfire. So if you're bribing yourself with a treat, that is going to backfire. If you are in this mindset that you're going to work out all week long so that you can have, pizza on Saturday, or you can have ice cream or whatever it is your treat that you're looking for, that could really sabotage your efforts at the gym, because you can't do it. You can't push yourself to the gym day in and day out, and you can't force yourself to eat salads day in and day out just so you can have that pizza one day in the future. That's not going to cut it. You do want to have treats, but the treats are not a reward. I had a client, had a great example of this. She said, I never paid my kids to do chores. It's not like you mow the lawn and you get, $20 or whatever the going rate is for mowing the lawn. You get an allowance and you do chores because you live here. I want you to think of treats as the same way. You get treats. You just get treats. You get them. You don't have to earn them. Think of the treat almost as coming first. That gives you the physical or the emotional incentive or inspiration or whatever to keep doing the things, keep doing the hard work. I need to get massages so that I can stay feeling good in my body so I can keep doing everything that I do. I'm not earning that massage at the end of the month. I get the massage. So I want you to think of treats in the same way. And treats doesn't always mean food. So treat can be anything you want it to do, anything you want it to be. It can be massages, it can be pedicures, it can be going out and doing something social, whatever your treat is. But please don't look at it that you have to earn it, because that gets old real quick. And again, if you're extrinsically rewarding yourself to go to the gym and be healthy, that's gonna get old real soon. So instead, find that internal motivation, that reason that you want to go be healthy and you want to, eat that salad and meal prep and go to the gym. Find it from within. So again, the 4 tips from Dan Pink, his book Drive. Set a goal that's relevant to you, super important. And next week's video, we're talking about a mid-year review, because we're halfway through the year. We'll talk about reviewing goals or setting them if you don't have them. Find something you enjoy. So exercise, working out, it's hard, but it's not punishment. There is something out there that you will enjoy doing. So think outside of the box, think outside of the gym, whatever it is that you want to do. Find something you can master. So what's something you can get better at? Even if you, it's hiking, that's what you want to do. You love hiking, or you love going outside for a walk. Maybe you're able to walk farther, or you can see that your heart rate's not getting up as high on that same path. You can see that your cardiorespiratory endurance is improving, or it is a skill. It's something you're learning. You're getting better at yoga. You're getting better at Pilates. You're getting more comfortable with the TRX. You're lifting more weights, whatever that thing is for you. And external rewards can backfire. So really challenge yourself to find your why, find that inspiration and that motivation from within. So don't wait for it to happen. Don't wait to feel this excitement about life. Go do the things that you know you need to do to create that excitement. So if you have questions about anything I talked about motivation, about breakfast, about TRX, about anything I talked about, send me a message or post it in the comments, And if you do need that external motivation, you know that you need to work out for your health and for your mood, and it's just not happening for you, look into my semi-private training. So I started those several months ago, and they've been a big hit. Everybody's been getting along so fantastically. The classes are so much fun. So I have 4 of those running. The next 5/6 week session starts up next week at the Meta Center. Seniors, Mondays at 11 a.m., TRX, Tuesdays at 4:15, TRX, Wednesdays at 4:30, and strength training, Thursdays at 1:30. And those are 6-week programs, except for the Tuesday, Thursday are 5 weeks, because we got 4th of July on a Thursday, and I can give you all those details and dates. And with that, you also get a 30-minute coaching call with me. So whatever it is that you're working on, and I'll give you also some homework to do before the call if you're not sure what you want to talk about, and we'll help you get to the place that you want to be and to feel the way that you want to feel. So thank you for being here. If you have questions, post them in the comments, and I'll see you next week, Wednesday, 10 a.m. We're talking about goals. All right, thanks. Bye.